How to build self-trust so you can feel confident in your choices. Are you constantly second guessing yourself? You make a decision and then 5 minutes later you're wondering, did I make the right choice or should I have done something different? What if I've got this completely wrong? If that sounds familiar, the problem might not be that you're bad at making decisions. You might simply have lost trust in yourself. Today I'm going to show you 3 simple things that you can start doing to rebuild that self-trust so you can make decisions without constantly looking outside yourself for reassurance. The goal isn't to become a woman who never makes the wrong decision. The goal is to become a woman who knows whatever happens, you've got yourself. So number 1, keep one small promise to yourself. If you don't trust yourself to do what you say you're going to do, it's incredibly hard to feel confident in your decisions, right? Think about it. If you keep telling yourself, I'll start tomorrow, I'll go for that walk, I'll finally make that decision, I'll stop saying yes when I really mean no, and then you don't follow through, your brain starts collecting evidence. And the evidence says, I can't really rely on me. It's a bit like having a friend who constantly promises they'll show up for you, but doesn't. Eventually you stop believing what they say, right? Self-trust works the same way. You don't rebuild it by standing in front of the mirror saying, I trust myself, I trust myself, I trust myself. You rebuild it by giving yourself evidence. So here's the first step. Make one small promise to yourself every day and keep it. Not 10 promises and not a massive life overhaul. 1. Maybe it's I'll go for a 10-minute walk. I'll spend 15 minutes working on something that matters to me. I'll go to bed when I said I would. I'll say no to something I genuinely don't want to do. Then keep that promise. Because every time you do, you're sending yourself a message. I said I would and I did. That's how self-trust starts coming back. Number 2, pause before you say yes. Here's another place women lose trust in themselves without even realizing it. They say yes before they've even asked themselves what they actually want. Someone asks you to do something, you immediately say yes. Then later you're annoyed, resentful, exhausted, or wondering, why the hell did I agree to that? You know that moment when words, sure, no problem, have already come out of your mouth and your brain is screaming, why did I just do that? Yep, we've all been there, right? And that's the problem. You're making the decision before you've actually checked in with yourself. So your second practice is incredibly simple. Pause before you answer. You don't have to immediately say yes. Instead, try this. Let me think about it. Can I get back to you? Let me check in if that time will work for me. Then ask yourself, do I actually want to do this? Do I have the capacity for this? Am I saying yes because I want to or because I'm afraid of disappointing someone? That tiny pause gives you something incredibly important. It gives you choice. And every time you choose based on what is right for you, rather than automatically pleasing everyone else, you strengthen your relationship with yourself. Number 3, make one decision for you. And this one might be the biggest game changer if you constantly second guess yourself. Start making small decisions without asking everyone else what they think. Because if every decision has to go through your friend, your sister, your mum, Facebook, Google, and probably 3 strangers you've never met, you're not building self-trust. You're outsourcing it. And I was a master of this. Imagine you've got an internal compass. You actually know which direction you want to go. But every time you need to make a decision, you hand the compass to somebody else and ask, which way should I go? Eventually, you stop trusting your own sense of direction, right? So start small. Make one decision every day simply because it's what you want. It could be what you eat, even, where you go, how you spend your afternoon, what you say no to, or even something bigger you've been putting off. And here's the important part. Don't immediately ask someone else whether you made the right choice. Let yourself sit with your decision. You might get it wrong, and that's okay. Self-trust doesn't mean you'll always make the perfect decision. It means I trust myself to make the best decision I can with what I know, and I trust myself to handle whatever happens next. So if you've been waiting to feel confident before you start trusting yourself, flip that around, because self-trust comes before confidence. You don't need to suddenly become fearless. You don't need to know exactly what you're doing, and you don't need to make perfect choices. You need to start giving yourself evidence that you can rely on yourself. So keep one promise, pause before saying yes, make one decision for you. Do these 3 things consistently and you'll start to notice something changing. You'll spend less time asking, what should I do? And more time asking, what do I want? And that's a very different place to live from, right? Ultimately, the goal isn't to become a woman who never doubts herself. It's to become a woman who can hear the doubt and still trust herself enough to move forward. Because whatever happens, you've got your back.